Good morning. It's Friday, March 28th. Thanks so much for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Randy Ramsey from Southwest Alternate Media Project, in for Todd Duplantis today with my co-host Benjamin Escobar, HCCTV, production specialist. Your job changed since the last time I was on with you, who will share with us how to find us.
Yes, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV, our own TV channel, where you can catch the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Well, we have a great show for you today. For Film Friday, we welcome local magician Curt Miller, who even wows celebrities with his acts, but we're more wowed by his video trickery. And we also have with us Mahmoud Basharat, Dean of HCC's Mathematics Department. I almost said mathletics. See, I am a murderer of words. So Benji, let's welcome Bash to the show, and then Kurt, we'll be back with you in a little bit.
Yes, welcome to the show, Bash. How are you doing today?
Good morning, sir. How are you? Great. And you?
We're good. We're good. So let's begin with the details of the math challenge. When and where will it be held?
Well, the math challenge for this year it will be held at the Southwest College West Loop campus, and it will take place between the testing start at 9:30 a.m. and at 11:30. Then after that, we have the lunch and the award ceremony.
Awesome. And can you tell us exactly what that is, what's going to be happening there, and what that math challenge is?
For the math challenge is a competition designed to assess students' math skills and spark their interest in mathematics and STEM fields. So basically, we ask our students, say, hey, what do you know of mathematics that you learned so far,
Yeah. And this is the fifth year of the challenge, right?
Correct. Yes, sir. This is the fifth year. Correct.
I mean, tell us how its platform is for its students to display their mathematical abilities. I mean, regardless of their level. So you're kind of
Well,
welcoming anybody to come, right? Or
yes, of course, the content of the challenge will focus on the college algebra and even intermediate algebra, so that it will be open even for our developmental math students. We have a few questions that is coming from like plane trigonometry, but nothing above plane trigonometry, and it's open to all students who are enrolled in the spring of 2025. So any student can basically register, but we are only taking 300 application.
okay, good. And I know it's free, which is our favorite word here. It's free, right? I mean,
Of course, it is free. So any student, as I mentioned earlier, can register, and can basically challenge himself, show what he or she has learned, or actually know it from high school.
mhm.
So a lot of students, actually, we have about probably 50 students who are dual credit students. So it's not only limited to, like, when you say math challenge, will say, oh, I need to know calculus. No, that is actually a wrong impression. So as
Awesome.
I said, it's open to all students.
Yeah, and
Even
also
you, if
there's
you have some math knowledge and you are a student, you
May,
can join us.
maybe yeah, I could probably go over there and do some math for y'all. So I know there's also some awards because students can win some cash, right? So maybe that's probably end up over there.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, of course, to make the competition more fun, we have several prizes. The top prize is the summer research at University of Houston downtown with a
Mhm.
stipend of $500.
Wow.
The second prize, yes, sir. The second prize will be a Samsung tablet. For the third place, we have a three graphing calculator, those nice one, the Inspire.
I mean, I think that's like a very nice award there. Third place, a graphing calculator. I mean, who and those things are expensive.
Correct. Yes. Actually, I have one of them in my office here. I don't know if should I show that or?
If you have it right there handy, I mean, but
Yes, sir. I have it here. So
there you
there it
go.
is.
Oh wow,
So
there you
this is
go.
the Inspire. Yes, sir. It's about like 150. You know, and the Samsung tablet about 400.
Awesome. And then telling me about the door prices. There's supposed to be some door prices once you get there.
Yes, basically, we're trying every student who will attend will get something. And you see, I am wearing, the math challenge T-shirt. So every student will get that T-shirt and will, of course, lunch. And pretty much we have like gift cards valued at from $10. About we have about 20 gift cards. We
Mhm.
have $15, 25, and 50. So in addition to this competition, which is based on an exam, during the ceremony or the lunch, we have tables competitions. So we will kind of project a question, and the first table answer that question. The group on that table, say you and I and another three students. So all those 5 or 6 students will get maybe gift card. They might
Oh,
get. We
awesome.
have good as like mugs. It's yes, sir.
Okay. And I know we talked about this earlier, 5 years. I mean, congrats on that, holding this event for 5 years. Um, Let me ask you, how did this even come about? I mean, whose idea was this? Was this HCC? I mean, was this your idea? Tell us about that.
It's actually the math team ideas. So
Mhm.
we came up with, hey, let's just beside just testing and like giving an exam and just move on, and took that course. So we said, "Well, we're gonna do that every spring semester. Like let the student like basically show fun right there. They show their talent, what they know. And we have a lot of students who are interested. Guess what? We opened that like in the beginning of March, third week, registrations are closed. We have
Wow.
a lot of students who are begging. So if you want to enroll, you have to wait in line, basically.
And I know you're the dean of the mathematics department here at HCC. Is there anything that you would suggest for students who maybe are trying to get a summer class in, kind of encourage them to come out and take a class?
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yes, sir. I encourage all our students basically to do math or take a math class. That will open the door for them for whatever major they are going to pursue. Even they might change their mind later on. I have a lot of students who they were in liberal art and then they say, no, 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 I'm going to go into accounting or maybe business administration. And now they need the calculus or they need a trig or a pre-cal. And they say, oh, I wish I took that after I took the college algebra. Now I have been away from college algebra for a couple of semesters. I need a freshman. So I encourage all our students probably. That is a good example if they take the challenge, they refresh their skills, and it's not for a grade. Hey, you win a prize.
Yeah, and I know a lot of our students are some students. We have a large of a large amount of them that they go to college, stop like you said, they take a few semesters off, and then they come back, and it's kind of like a new road to them. Is there anything that you suggest for a pathway to kind of get back into classes and kind of do better? I guess if you could.
Well, I suggest is just first be positive. Don't get stressed over it. And I understand even myself when I don't teach a course for a couple of semesters. Like if I have not taught, for example, linear algebra. And
Mhm.
if let's say I want to teach the linear algebra, I'll take some time prep for that class, then I dive into it. So my advice to our student is to do the same. Maybe go to YouTube, reach out to the math department. We have a lot of good resources right there. We can even offer them, like let's say you took a pre-cal 2 years ago.
Mhm.
We will say, okay, come by, we'll give you a mock test. Let's see where you are, if you
Yeah.
remember. And we're willing to give you another test as well. And as well, we work with the tutoring center and we have what we call the math jam sessions. We can let you sit on those and just audit them. And we have those almost every Friday and Saturday.
Mhm. Well, I'm glad we have those steps that those students can take to do that. Besides this event that we've talked about earlier today, is there any other events that the mathematics department is holding maybe later this
Yeah,
year or next semester?
yes, sir. Well, as I said earlier, we have almost every weekend, Friday, Saturday, we have those math jam sessions, and they are held. Basically, they're hosted by math professors. So, like today, we have one for trigonometry, plane trig, we have for calculus one, and we have for finite math. So Saturday, I believe we have one for pre-calculus. Next weekend, except for Friday because of the challenge, on Saturday the 5th, we have a couple of those. So every almost weekend, we have some activities right there. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, and here we are getting to the last bits of the segment here. And if you just want to invite folks to come out to this event that you're going to be holding, that this is your chance to do it. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Yeah, I actually encourage all our students if they want to come by, and our leadership. We will have the president of the South West College, Dr. Webster. He promised he will attend, and as well the president of the online college, Dr. Jerome Drain. He will as well attend, and as well Dr. Norma Perez. I sent her an invitation. She's have some commitment, but she promised she might show up.
Mhm. Well, thank you
And
so
you
much.
guys are welcome as well.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TV. I mean, that's what I meant. The HCCTV.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mahmoud Basharat. He is the Dean of HCC's Mathematics Department. And we'll have all of your info on our post after the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir. And if you can give my email and my contact for any student, they need any help or more on the competition, I will be more than happy to answer any question. Yes, sir.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, after a quick commercial break, Randy will return to talk back to our Film Friday guest. So stay tuned.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Welcome back and welcome to the show, Curt Miller, magician, entertainer, and also known as the Conjurer. And you have your own Curt Miller Productions, right?
Hi, Randy. How are you? Thank you for having me on the show today.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you. Your videos are amazing.
Thank you.
And I am a sucker for a magician. Like when I lived in LA, spent far too much time at the Magic Castle and you know, so I was very excited to be able to do this. Now, I want to ask about your day job because in addition to what you do every day, you also insert yourself into these really famous movies like Die Hard and Elf or with Robert De Niro, and you do it so well. But before we get into that, tell us about your day job.
Well, it's funny. My day job started off in TV production. I got my degree at U of H in radio and television film production, and I worked in that industry for a few years. But I had done magic tricks and shows as a child and through high school, and I worked my way through college doing magic. And the world told me that we want you to be a magician. We want to see that a part of you. So I ended up pursuing that career. I got a job at Magic Island here in Houston, and then ended up doing shows for corporate events. And then we put together this massive show that we did for years and years and years with singers and dancers. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful profession. Everybody like you loves to watch magic. It makes them feel good. It just brings a sense of wonder inside of you. And I love it. You couldn't ask for a better day job. This is a show, what you're looking at, called The Conjurer. It's my new show where you can see me once a month at a different hotel here in the Houston area. And if you like close-up magic, if you like theater, then you should come check this show out.
Oh, well, we will make sure to have all of your information about that in the post after the show. And I'm sure that you will see me there because for me, watching magic is like being a little kid again. You see
Absolutely. It does
things,
make you feel like a child again, doesn't it?
it really does. It just fresh eyes and like wonder and joy, and it's just
And
great.
it takes all your stress away. It's really hard to worry about anything when you are just captivated by what you're seeing. And it's mind-boggling, isn't it? It's one thing to watch it on television. It's another thing to see it right in front of you.
Absolutely. But I do want to ask about this whole. In order for people who haven't seen it, can we roll that Robert De Niro footage so people
Let,
get an idea?
let me tell you what you're about to see. So what happened during the pandemic, I had no audiences like every other performer on the planet. And I had a lot of time on my hands, which is a dangerous thing for a creative person, as you know. And so I got the idea of to use my TV production experience to insert myself via green screen into a movie and make it look like I was doing a card trick for Robert De Niro. Mr. De Niro, thank you so much for letting me do my new card trick for you today.
All right, so who starts?
I guess I do. Okay, so for this trick, instead of having you pick a card, I'm going to riffle through the cards like that, and I'd just like you to shout stop whenever you'd like. That's where I'll stop. Okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Stop.
Right there?
Yeah.
This is the card you want?
I just told you that.
True.
You didn't hear me say that?
I did. Sorry. So I'd like you to memorize this card if you would, sir. Got it? All right, here we go. Now, shuffle the cards up a little bit and check it out. Back on top, the little magic. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's your card. Oh, I didn't get it, did I?
No, you didn't.
Drat. No, wait.
I gotta tell you, I ain't that thrilled with the level of service up to this point.
Well, I know. Well, if that's not your card, did it look like this?
You're good. You figured that out. That's why you are who you are. You got a gift, my friend.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
So fun. And you've done several of these. Like there's more.
There's
I've
like
seen a
8
few.
of them.
Yeah. I think it's great. And just as a video, as a film professor, the fact that you match the lighting, I'm super impressed because
Thank you.
that's the key. Like you can't if it doesn't look like the same light or the same room. So I think they're genius. And
Well, that means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, you have to match the lighting, you have to match the depth of field, you have to match the camera placement, the audio. I mean, it is a process. You don't even want to know how long well, I'm sure you can appreciate how long it takes. But yeah, I did that one and it kind of went viral. And then I made another one with Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. And that got 2 million views. So I was on a roll. I ended up doing a whole bunch of them. So
I think they're great. I found them on YouTube, but I'm sure that people can find them, but they should look for them because they are super, super fun.
if you just search for doing a card trick for Robert De Niro or Star Wars or Elf or any of that, you'll find them.
I missed the Star Wars one. I'll have to go back.
It's funny.
Because I admit to being, as everyone on the show knows, I'm a little bit of a Star Wars, Star Trek nerd. We all have our issues. But I also, having started out in live theater, I have to ask you, when you're doing these live shows, have you ever had anything go horribly wrong?
Oh yeah, as you know, in live performance, whether it be theater or what I do, something goes wrong all the time. Most of the time, it's just a little thing. You can gloss over it. Obviously, I'm sure what you've taught your students is you just never let them see you sweat. Think on your feet, be prepared, and try to move on. I have an out for almost everything, and I practice those outs. So what if something goes wrong here? Well, I'll steer it. The audience doesn't know what's supposed to happen. And whether you're acting or doing this, keep that in mind because they don't know what, unless they've seen it before. And so most of the time, if you keep your cool and you just keep going, they won't know anything's wrong. But the worst thing that ever happened to me was I was doing a show in front of 1,200 people. We were sold out. It was a massive show, one of our big shows. And I had this big music number at the end, and I was playing these electronic drums in the middle of this long music magic routine, and the power went out. But it only went out to the audio. So the lights stayed on, but all of a sudden I went from this thunderous drum solo to tap, 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 tap. And it was something right out of a nightmare, Randy. I mean, I looked out at 1,200 people. It was just...
Yeah.
It was silence and they were all staring at me and I didn't know what to do. I mean, it was the worst. So I thought about it and I thought, okay, well, my audio guy needs 5 minutes. He can fix anything in 5 minutes. And I always have a standby trick and out just in case. And so I picked that up, and I didn't have any microphone either because the audio. So I projected my voice and I did this 5-minute routine with a piece of rope. And then at the end of the routine, I had everybody applauding, and I pointed at the audio guy. He'd gotten it up and running by then, and we picked it right up from then and moved on.
I mean, these are the moments that make you crazy, that
Yeah,
that
it
you
makes
wake
you
up
want
at
to
2 o'clock in
retire.
the morning. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, cold sweat. You're reliving that. I
Yeah, I'm
had
still having nightmares about that one.
I literally had the curtains go on fire during a show. So that was, yeah, these are the
How do you
moments.
cover that?
Yeah, well, with a fire extinguisher and a lot of tap dancing.
All part of the show, folks.
That's just an effect. Well, I am so excited that you were here today, Curt. Thank you so, so much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, Curt Miller, magician, entertainer, the conjurer. Take a look out for his new show. We're very excited to see it. We'll have all the information in the post after the show. And coming up after a quick commercial break, Benji and I will return with some news and announcements.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
We're back on Up to the Minute, and now we have some news and announcements for you. Starting off with Innovation Fellows deadline next week. Don't miss the chance to nominate a colleague or yourself for the 2025-2026 Innovation Fellows cohort program at the West Houston Institute. This year-long opportunity for personal and professional growth is open to all full-time faculty and staff, and the cash prize for their projects is $5,000. This application deadline is for March 31st, so check out our post after the show for more info.
Also on March 31st, from noon to 1 p.m. on Monday, March 31st, in HCC Southeast Student Life Media Room is the Women's History Month Book Club, and wrapping up with its discussions about the book Incessant Beauty of Bilingual Anthology. So join the group for the meeting. Check our post after the show for the details.
All right, and next up we have the Central Art Exhibition to end soon. So the human condition and cultural identity are driving forces in Maria Valdez's work, but this exhibition features Houston's infrastructure, economy, population, and weather patterns. I mean, how is Houston with the weather patterns? I mean, we know this, folks. Exhibition ends Friday, April 4th at the HCC Central Fine Arts Gallery. So check out our post after the show for more info.
If there is one thing you can rely on in Houston, it's the unreliability of the weather.
Right.
The countdown to graduation is on. So students need to make sure that they're ready to celebrate by applying for your graduation, which means that you've met all academic requirements, and registering for commencement so that you can walk the stage. The deadline to apply is Tuesday, April 1st. And registration for commencement is Friday, April 18th. So make sure you get that done so that you can walk the walk.
Awesome. And next up, we have Youth and Teen Symposium, Learning Next Steps. Navigating life after high school can be confusing, so HCC, in partnership with the City of Houston, HISD, and Fort Bend ISD is hosting a free youth and teen symposium for youth and their families to explore careers and prepare for college. I mean, this would have been very helpful when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do after high school. So check this out, folks. This will be on Saturday, April 5th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the HCC Coleman College. Lunch will be provided, so check out our post after the show.
I have to tell you, as I have a junior who's a rising senior, and this whole college thing is an obsession for us. So it would be helpful. Okay,
Yeah.
and for those of you thinking about HCC, summer registration has begun. So make the most of your summer by locking in some classes to stay on track, maybe get a little bit ahead. HCC classes are still offered in a variety of programs, semester lengths, and a range of modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in person, old school in person, and hybrid lab. To learn more about our HCC programs, start dates, and options, go to our website, hccs.edu. And will we
Flash.
see you back next week, Benji?
We're thinking about Mental Health Monday, and we'll be joined again by the Harris Center for Mental Health to discuss suicide prevention efforts and resources. And I know we have a guest for Tasty Tuesday, right?
Yeah, we have a Native American chef who's a James Beard finalist and whose new restaurant has been widely praised, including by Texas Monthly's Culture and Culture Map's Tastemaker Awards and more. So very exciting. I love a Tasty Tuesday. You all know what a foodie I am. So make sure that you check it out. Big plans this weekend?
No. Nothing that I could think of. I was like, not really.
Well,
but
it must be Saturday, so therefore it's rugby. I'll see you all at the pitch, and looking forward to seeing you all back here Monday. Have a great weekend.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Kids will be kids, which just goes to say kids will be curious. They get into everything. If there's a loaded firearm in the house, they could get their hands on that too. Keeping firearms locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition in a place inaccessible to kids can help keep your loved ones safe from family fire. Safe gun storage saves lives.
$150 over $90.
$180 over $111.
$160 over $110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.